One station making history every day.
My sweet home, Chicago.
Now, John Kass.
89 WKS. In constant sorrow all through his days, I am a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days.
Who can see trouble? With Lauren Cohn sitting in the studio. Lauren Cohn, John Kass, 89 WLS. Lauren,
are you ready for Sunday?
I'll tell you this, the economy is terrible.
Yeah.
Right? It just died basically 2 days ago. More people are out of work than ever before. The unemployment numbers are terrible.
We have no credit rating.
The Wall Street, although their Dow is going crazy, so all the big shots on Wall Street are making money. Kind of reminds me of like peasants and serfs. And but you know what we have? We have the Super Bowl breads and circuses, commercials, guys smashing each other's brains to pulp, and food to eat.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained,
Is that why
Lord?
you are here?
I can't wait. I'm entertained.
Is that not why you are here?
That's why I'm here.
We are here to do the Super Bowl thing right.
I've been cooking for a week or two, and I've got stuff frozen in my freezer ready for the big party.
Yeah, you had the apron on with the little puppy slippers, very white. You're walking around the kitchen. You know, will you wipe the flour off your cheek? You got a little.
I do.
Smidge, yeah,
that's not toothpaste.
There you
this
go.
Morning.
So tell me, what are you going to do?
What am I going to do? I put my favorite recipe because I think it's okay to indulge on the Super Bowl. You know, I'm kind of a health nut, but it's okay to indulge.
Okay, just admit it. You're a vegetarian and a nutritionist sitting with me.
But
it's driving me crazy for a week.
I love sweet potato fries. So I'm giving everybody the go-ahead to eat as many sweet potato fries on Sunday as you want and as spicy and hot as you want them. So I put my recipe up on the WLS website. So, I challenge you.
Sweet potato fries, does that include frying?
Bake them in olive oil.
So don't call them fries.
They're called sweet potato fries.
No, it's another typical, like I go into a store and I want, something tasty and they're telling me what to eat. Okay?
Don't knock them till you try them.
Don't call them fries.
Don't knock them till you try them.
Call them sweet potato bakes,
That's not as sexy.
No,
and it's got to be sexy, especially if you're going to watch the Super Bowl.
Okay, Vladimir Putin. Right.
You're going to watch, what do you think? We're going to have cars, sex.
Danica Patrick taking her clothes off. Every year, Danica Patrick threatens to take her clothes off, and then they stop the commercial. My kids look at it. They're like, whoa. All the teenage boys in the audience. Whoa!
What are you cooking up for the big day? What's going on at the Kass home?
All right, I'm going to let you guys in on something. I think they put it up on the website, one of the Tribune videos. Some people know I'm a rather amateur cook.
I keep hearing this, but I haven't been invited to dinner yet.
All right, it's very simple. Kass's pepper treats. They're actually a recipe I got from another big guy, and he gave me the recipe, and they're really called Texas Dragon something, but I can't say the word on the air. Basically, you take a jalapeno pepper, you cut the end off, the stem end, core it out. Put a mixture of chorizo and Mexican cheeses, those 4 Mexican cheese mixed. Mix it up, stuff the pepper, but put half a chopped date in the tip.
I like that.
More cheese and sausage mixture, then another chopped date, then more cheese and sausage mixture, and then wrap it in bacon.
And do you fry it or do you bake it?
We don't fry. We smoke.
You smoke it?
You take it out onto your smoker because some guys bring home puppies, for their family. They keep bringing home dogs, stray dogs. I bring home grills, okay? I've got 5 or 6 grills in my backyard.
You're your own George Foreman.
Yeah. And so then you either smoke it or you grill it offset, or you can bake them.
You're making me hungry.
I'd say you bake about maybe 30 because people want to have those tasty pepper treats. Rich and Lombard.
Hey, good morning, you two. How you doing over there?
How you doing? Give me a recipe because I'm getting hungry for the Super Bowl.
It's from our fearless brother Don Wade. He came up with it about a dozen years ago. You take a 3.5 to 4 pound sirloin tip roast and a quart of pepperoncini peppers. You throw that in the crock pot and let it sit there and do its thing for about 8 to 10 hours. You get a loaf of bread and some provolone cheese. You cut the strings in that thing, and you're eating like a king. It's so simple. It's unbelievable. A little spicy, but the meat is so tender and so juicy, and it's foolproof.
I'm doing that too. Does it make a good sauce?
Oh, yeah, a little bit of juice on there. You line it up on the bread. You can't
to mop
go wrong.
up the bread. Can Lauren even have a piece of bread? Lauren, are you going to have a piece of bread this weekend?
I might. I might.
I sure hope so, young lady. You know, treat yourself right out there, won't you? You deserve it.
Oh, thanks.
One other thing we need. Thanks, Rich. That's
All right,
awesome.
I'm going to.
And you know what, everybody? When you're making this recipe, I'm going to do it too. Sirloin tip, pepperoncinis, crock pot. Thanks. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to think of Don Wade. Hey, Don, if you're in Florida enjoying the nice weather, we're going to be thinking of you, too, and also other friends.
We want to hear your recipe, so call us at 591-8900.
But remember one thing, Lauren. You can't have a Super Bowl party unless you have plenty of libation.
Yes, that is true. I'm with you on that.
I'm saying a good, hearty red wines.
A little vino.
You have to have whiskey. You have to have good olives for the martinis.
Maybe a good vodka tonic
with
a
bitters.
lime.
Yeah, but that's kind of a summery.
Beer.
Beer is always good.
It's going to be really cold this weekend, too. So you need some comfort food while you're watching the Super Bowl.
You need some good spirits to keep you warm outside when you're grilling, because I'm going to tell you some grilling stuff when we come back. But I enjoy it because I really don't watch the game. I'm too busy. You know, who does? No,
the majority of people out there watch the commercials.
But the commercials are the main thing.
The commercials are fun.
And I guess they're racist now. We got a racist
Yeah, we got
commercial.
a couple of racist
What is that?
commercials.
Like, there's a Jamaican, a white guy who speaks
with
in
a
a
Jamaican accent, trying to make everybody happy in the office.
And he's a...
And then,
what is that? So if they took a black guy and gave him a Jamaican accent, that would be racist. But if they take a white guy and give him a Jamaican accent,
a
that's
Midwesterner,
racist.
by the way.
I don't understand.
Yeah, then the other one is the Coke commercial. Have you seen that one?
No, what's that?
That's got an Arab man walking with a camel in the desert, and suddenly surpassing him to get to the Coke bottle is the bus filled with the cowgirls, and then there are cowboys and Mad Max on a motorcycle.
Do the polar bears get the Coke before the camel does?
Right. Well, you take a vote for who you think gets the Coke, and the Arab man is not on the list, and people are upset about that.
That's definitely racist. Let the Arab guy compete. John Kass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS. We want your Super Bowl horror stories and tips. Back after this.
And away from the dinner table, I was introduced to dog meat, tough, snake meat, tougher, and roasted grasshopper.
Every year in the Super Bowl, there's some kind of controversy. As you know, on the playing field, it's Ray Lewis rubbing deer antler spray all over himself, and like in the Old Spice commercials he's in, I wonder if like 6 heads pop out of his shoulders. Have you ever seen those creepy Old Spice commercials? It's like Old Spice on acid, 1970s. All of a sudden, 6 heads pop out of his shoulder.
It's not all loving and fun, like the Oikos commercials with John Stamos. Those are my favorite.
What are those now?
Sexy John Stamos and the Oikos. You know, the more yogurt you eat, your husband, who's not so attractive, turns into John Stamos.
So if you were eating yogurt right now, I'd look more like John Stamos, even though we're not married.
Correct.
Right? Okay,
Sexy
cool.
time.
Yes, and that's how he speaks, too.
Sexy
John
time.
Yanni Stamos, Yasu Yanni. But then what about these other, then there's the social issues, commercials, oh my God.
These commercials, this one on Volkswagen with the Jamaican accent. Do we have some sound from that?
I hate Mondays.
Yeah, they're the worst.
No worries, man. Everything will be alright.
Yeah, man.
Don't fret me, brother. Sticky bun come soon. Yeah. Wicked coffee, Mr. Jim. Julia, turn the frown the other way around.
Hey, Dad, you're from Minnesota, right?
Yes, the land of 10,000 lakes. The Gopher State.
So in conclusion, things are pretty dismal.
You know what this room needs? a smile.
And you know, the actor that plays with the Jamaican accent in this apparently has a brother-in-law that's Jamaican. He asked him, what'd you think? And the guy said, I thought you were funny. I thought it was good.
Has anyone... I've seen Jamaicans... There are people, white Jamaicans living in Jamaica, too. And they talk just like that. Right. All right, so I don't know. Okay, but let's get our little political correct shorts up in a knot because I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny, too.
And I didn't even see it.
I just
listened to it. Now, my favorite... It was a few years ago. Anybody out there can help me, 591-8900, the gerbil commercials.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Oh, you're scared.
I'm scared.
Okay, this has nothing...
I know where this is going, and I'm afraid I'm leaving the studio.
The gerbil commercials have nothing to do with what you're thinking of, 591-8900. The gerbil commercials were shot, like somehow gerbils were shot out of cannons into a wall or something. Remember it was like some kind of .com craze, and the gerbils were like, they would shoot them out of cannons and smash into things.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like the Angry Birds?
Kind of, but it was kind of scary. I loved it. And then I'll tell you the one my sons loved, and they're teenage boys, so of course,
Are we back to Danica Patrick again?
No. This one is the Fiat commercial where the guy's looking at the Fiat, and what happens there? Then a beautiful Italian model starts talking to him. So, of course, my guys wanted me to buy a Fiat.
Well, that's like the one they had this time when the guy has no date for the prom, but then his dad gives him the fancy sports car, and he gets the sports car, he gets the girl. That's the Super Bowl this year.
There you go. Well, I guess we're getting some calls, but they have to be checked. All right, Mike.
Good morning.
How are you, man?
I'm doing awesome, man. I just want to say real quick, God bless Donna Roma, I missed them.
Yeah, we do too. And Jake,
additionally, I saw on Fox News, they had a quote from them, like the Jamaican foreign minister. He said he loves it, he thinks it's hysterical, and he thinks everybody needs a little Jamaican in them and the world would be better.
That's what I've done.
Yep.
You know
That's
what?
what he said.
Mike, I would like to talk Jamaican. If I can't talk Jamaican, Lauren, I'd like to talk Dothraki for the Super Bowl party.
Well, you've had all kinds of voices, John.
Wait. Listen, we have somebody on hold who was in the commercial. I can't wait to talk to them. 591-8900, John Kass, Lauren Cohn, Super Bowl issues, gerbils, what to cook in the oven, and what are you going to watch after this?
89.
WLS. Come on, get happy.
You guys are 3 minutes late.
Don't be no cloud on a sunny day.
Yeah, chill, Winston.
Sir?
Respect, bossman.
89, bossman. 89 WLS, Lauren Cohn, John Kass. Listen, we're talking about this controversial commercial. I'm still trying to find the gerbil ones from the Super Bowl of several years ago.
I'm leaving the studio if you bring up the gerbils.
No,
one more time.
I'm just bringing the polite gerbil issue, shooting them out of a cannon. And now on line 2, we have Jeff, who is in the Jamaican commercial. Jeff.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm looking at a picture of you. Is that you next to the red car in the vest?
That's me next to the red car in the sweater vest. Yeah.
All right.
Describe it.
Basically, I'm wearing like brown pants. I'm wearing a green tie. I have glasses that have no rim on the bottom, and I'm just kind of a snippy guy.
Okay, and that's when they pull up in the car and they start talking to you in Jamaican.
Yeah, and then I'm the guy who kind of chastises them about being late.
So when you heard this being made and you were part of this thing, did you know that you were going to be part of a politically correct revolution with people freaking out?
Oh, my goodness.
Come on,
no,
man.
John, I didn't. I mean, I also want to just say I'm a big fan of yours, and I want to send out some good thoughts to Don and Roma as well. No, I did not think so. It all kind of happened really quick. I booked the job on a Tuesday and was on a plane to LA the next morning. And then we shot it in 3 days, and we had Jamaican consultants on set. Multiple Jamaican consultants.
Did the Jamaican consultants shoot gerbils out of a cannon into a wall?
And see, now I thought that would have been funny. No one else bought it, but no, it was. There were a lot of VW suits there. This was all very well made, very well planned. And when everything broke on Monday, I'm getting all these Facebook messages telling me that they're comparing it to blackface, and I'm sitting there going, "You got to be kidding me."
No,
So-
there's no blackface. I can't thank you enough, Jeff, for your call. Keep fighting, Mon.
We'll
In the
be
meantime,
watching you
Mon,
on the Super Bowl.
when we come back, we're going to be talking to the guy with the food truck.
The salsa truck.
Finally, a food truck, and all my uncles in the restaurant business want to kill this guy, and he'll be on with us, 89 WLS, when we come back.
Join us today at 5 for the WL Sports pregame show.
Bro, I can't believe it. Anthony Adams, the former Bear, joining us in studio.
Plus, the top 5 at 5, you won't believe it.
John Kass, Lauren Cohn, 89 WLS. Lauren,
Happy Friday, John.
happy Friday. I want everybody to go to our website, learn how to make these lovely, luscious, indulgent
Super Bowl
super
treats.
chips, whatever you're calling them, the sweet potato chips, and the Kass Texas Dragon. Can't say what they are, but they taste good with cervezas. Listen,
Speaking of food,
one of my favorite subjects. Why can't I lose weight? Anyway,
we'll talk about that
I
next
grew
week.
up in the food business. As some of my readers know, I'm a former butcher, meat cutter. I worked in the food business. All my cousins and uncles were in the food business.
Junior chef. Sort of.
Kind of, I like to eat. But also a lot of restaurants in our family. And they, you know what they pay? They pay property taxes. And they have to pay, have gifts for the inspectors and things like that, and make sure the alderman's happy and get the license and all that. And now we have something that they're not going to like.
Mm-hmm.
If they were still in the business, which they're not. It's called food trucks. And food trucks... Go ahead, Lauren.
Food trucks, we've seen them around. But now, for the first time in the city, you can actually cook on a food truck. You can serve some heartier meals. And we've got someone who's going to be the first person in Chicago to have a food truck where he can serve meat and quesadillas and tortillas and all that sort of good stuff.
And his name is Dan Sauls, and he's on the line with us.
Hey, Dan.
Hi, guys. Thanks, John. Thanks, Lauren. What's going on?
Dan, how am I going to keep my uncles, Chris, Nick, Dimitri, and Spiro from boiling out of their restaurants with cleavers to grab you when you park in front of their place?
Well, there's a couple things that are going to keep me from being able to do that in the first place. Is the well-publicized rule about staying 200 feet away from a brick and mortar, which is a restaurant in Chicago. So they even put on GPS trackers, and they're going to write a hefty fine if I get too close. But to other people who make that argument, we are the food truck. We don't have some of the same overhead as the traditional brick and mortar, but we're playing in both games. I'm actually building a restaurant right now too.
Well, so where are you going to park your truck? I want to know where you're going to be.
Well, we're going to be all over Chicago. We do the private events. We're going to go to business parks. There's some established spots in the city. The city recently made 21, I believe is the number. It could be 23, but somewhere in that range of designated parking spots for food trucks.
How about right in front of that Clout Cafe on Michigan Avenue, where all those political guys got the deal in Millennium Park to sell $25 chicken breasts, sandwiches, right? And $6 water. Why don't you park it? I want you to park right there, babe. What do you think? Huh? You think the mayor will let that happen? No, go on. How did you get into the cooking thing anyway? Tell us. How do you do that?
Nothing makes me happier in the world than to cook, and to serve food that I put my heart and soul into and give it to people, and it puts a smile on my face. So I was a financial advisor not even a year ago, and I knew that I was still young and had a chance to follow this dream, and I took the leap of faith, and here we are today.
So here you are, young guy in tough economic times, launching the first cooking food truck. What are you going to serve? What can we expect when we go there?
We are the salsa truck. So it is Mexican street food, but it's gourmet.
Does that mean you have very expensive salsas?
No, actually our prices are cheap. We're going to keep things low because it's street food, and we know we got to make the people happy. But so everything is salsa centric, for lack of a better phrase. We'll do tacos and quesadillas every day, and
It's got to be spicy for John. John likes spicy.
You can make the salsas at your, on land before you go on the truck, right?
So we work out of a kitchen, a shared kitchen. And that's part of what I alluded to before. Is I'm trying to build one right now too. But we're renting out space right now on the near west side, and we go and it's the city knows all about this, and we go and we do all of our prep work, and we make our salsas and like for instance, our carnitas needs to cook for almost a day between the dry rub and the slow cooking. It's Mexican barbecue for all intents and purposes. So we do a lot of our cooking at this kitchen, and then we fill up the truck and we do our final preparations on board and make it hot and fresh for everyone to enjoy.
It would be interesting if you drive that down 26th Street and park out in front of some of the famous taquerias, and then they might say, "Hi, Dan. Hi, Dan. How you doing? How you doing?" You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what?
Because that's not too far from Lumber Street and the river where people disappear. But I need to ask you, Dan, where you're the first guy to get a license. Why do you think it's taken so long
for
others to get that license?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought it would take this long, but it was, the city put it out there. They said, we're going to let you do this, but you're going to have to meet our standards. And they're tough standards. So we worked really hard, and we, I built this truck with the help of, friends and some great people I've met along the way, and a great welder by the name of Larry Grover, and he helped build this truck, and we just had to make it code compliant and keep going back and talking to the city, and they say, no, we don't like this, you got to change it. It was just a lot of back to the drawing board.
So who do you know?
Nobody.
Come on,
that's the funniest
Dan.
part. Everybody thinks I know someone.
Dan, come on, the Chicago way. Come on, he grabs a salsa, you grab a taco. Right?
Yeah, right. And no, I know what you're saying, but it's honestly, we just did this the right way, and the city just wanted to get this out there, and there's times where I honestly wish there was somebody I could have paid off in the beginning. But
so you're going to come by when you open up. When's your first day?
We're shooting for next Tuesday.
Okay, next Tuesday. I expect you at 9 o'clock
WLS.
outside WLS. All right, we'll come out and sample
tacos.
your salsas.
9 o'clock on WLS. We'll be there.
All right, man, and stay away from my pepper treats, dolmades, or any other Greek food. Because I know people
I want to go
too.
to Dan's house for the Super Bowl.
Danny, you're going to have a great Super Bowl, right?
Oh, yeah, you better believe it. All my friends are going to come over. They're tasting the recipes. It's going to be fun.
Throw extra peppers in. Remember, that's the American need. Always
love
get.
it.
Right,
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, buddy. Can't wait to see you.
Thank you so much, guys.
All right, good luck on that.
I always want to do the falafel cart.
Falafel cart, yes. And I want to do the dolmades cart. Okay. John Kass, Lauren Cohn. Are we at a break? Yes, we are. Back after this.
89
Monday morning with Bruce Wolf and Dan Proft on 89 WLS. Stephen Moore of the Wall Street Journal.
And we'll recap Super Bowl 47.
That's Monday morning. Bruce Wolf, Dan Proft, 89 WLS.
Hey, baby. Lauren Cohn, John Kass, 89 WLS. We had the food truck guy on.
Maybe Vladimir Putin should get some food trucks out there in Russia when has the Boys to Men concert.
Maybe get those Russians to make some babies. But I'd like to see Mr. Food Truck, who's promised he was going to be with us Tuesday when he opens. I'd like to see him park his truck right in front of Carmine's.
Not going to happen.
Carmine's on Rush there, and then see what happens, because then he would be in his own salsa. Let's see, we have Sean in Elmwood Park. Sean, you like the food trucks, baby?
I want you to get that guy's information. Me and you, we put a truck. I put you on the side of it like the big boy hamburger guy.
Oh, thanks, man.
Give me 700 crusty burgers.
We sell euros and whatnot. We'll wreck them. This is a shot to the restaurant lobby and those very same shady sons of guns that own that Carmine's Clam House you just talked about. So I like it.
I don't know they're shady. I thought they were respectable businessmen who sit where, like a guy goes in there on a Thursday and wears a little golf jacket and just sits quietly.
Yeah, like the alderman driving the convertible Bentley with the wife that looks like the horse's head in Godfather.
How you doing? Anyway, go on.
Listen, So I just think it's an opportunity for capitalism to give a shot, because now this kid sounds nice, young. He's got the money and the time to beat it. He went back and forth. He's probably got, I would say, 140,000 in that truck minimum, because these are very prevalent in the West Coast and in Florida. So it's about time that we bring it out. Now, another thing is, I was getting in and out of the car. I heard about your gerbil predicament, and I wanted to say,
it's
I'd
not
rather be
my
a gerbil.
Please don't phrase it that way.
It's not my gerbil predicament. I'm trying to remember. Anybody remember they shot gerbils out of a cannon in a Super Bowl commercial?
That was before they had Angry Birds.
Well, I've come to the conclusion I'd rather be a gerbil in a commercial that no one can remember than one locked in a cupboard in Barney Frank's house. I'm just funny that way.
Well, anyway, let's not talk about a senator that way, but thank you very much, Sean. And I hope you have enjoyed the Super Bowl, because Lauren and I will, right, Lauren?
Yeah, we're cooking up all kinds of things.
And if you go online, WLSAM.com or whatever
That's
it is.
WLSAM.com.
You're going to see the pepper treats, the
sweet potato bakes that John has renamed them now.
And everything else, and it'll be good. It'll be good. More after this.
89 WLS.
Text from 630. John, what is the Greek food that's ground meat and rice rolled up in a steamed grape leaf? It's so good, and it's called dolmades, another great Super Bowl treat.
Yum.
Lauren.
That sounds good.
Yeah, you can do it without...
I'm coming to the Kass house on Sunday.
Yeah, we're going to,
call up Betty and get an invitation at the table.
I'm going to have all the grills working, and we come back next Monday. There's going to be Super Bowl controversy. Somebody's going to have like a left breast that's going to be exposed in the song, right? There's all sorts of...
Danica Patrick, go daddy.
Danica Patrick's taking her clothes off. What else?
So much. What's your favorite ad? What ad didn't you like? What offended you?
What offended you?
Did you even watch the game?
Did the gerbils come out of the cannon?
Ravens,
everything.
49ers.
Yeah, what
did
about
any of
the
the
game?
players say anything offensive during the game like they did this week?
Nothing like rubbing yourself full of deer antler spray so you can play a game.
Just don't mention the gerbils anymore.
Okay, I won't mention gerbils anymore, and I don't think you can even cook them. I don't even think they're tasty on a stick.
I'm leaving the studio
With salt
now.
and pepper and a little lemon, maybe? Anyway, John Kass. Oh, we got some time yet? So I'm going to enjoy the week, and I'd also like to... I'm going to watch the game at my house on the big screen.
Because it's going to be 5 degrees out. Although I'm looking outside right now, and it's, 10 below right now, and it's at least the sun's shining.
I wish I had I'll tell you what I wish I had before the game. A video of the great trial of Socrates that took place last night.
You can sit in your Snuggie and watch it.
The Hellenic Museum put it on, and Socrates, again, lost, thanks to Patrick Fitzgerald, who prosecuted him. And that would be a great thing. I can't wait to see that, but I'll have to wait. And Dan Webb worked pro bono. He didn't even charge. So Dan Webb represented...
No more on the taxpayers.
Just think, George Ryan, Bill Cellini, and Socrates.
There you go.
Dan Webb lost all 3. Come on, Dan. What's going on? You better indict somebody in the special prosecutor's role that you have now. So, John Kass, Lauren Cohn, we're going to be out of here, and we'll see you next week after the bowl. But I just can't quit you.
One station making history every day.
Where is the shuttle, Vic? There is a major problem.
The policeman isn't there to create disorder. The policeman